So yeah, we have. So my name is Swayam, and we have built Disburse Network, which basically does is you can send any chain from any token to any chain to any user. So how it works? So why we build this, right? So I really don't like to put large amount of like bullet points in ppt, but I will just simply explain what's the problem that I faced last month. Is I wanted to send 100 usdc to four of my friends. Two of them are arbitrum and two of them on optimism, and for that I didn't have any native eth on arbitrum and optimism. So for that I had to like take the consideration of native gas on base, then arbitrum, then optimism, swap USDC to ETH, then bridge it using any bridge, then swap it there ETH to USDC, and then send it to four addresses. And so what I did in total is I did 11 transactions, which I didn't wanted to do because I just wanted to send 100 USDC. With Apple Pay, I could have sent it with like simple taps. And the last current state that I was I had like 0.8 ETH on base, 1.1 ETH on Arbitrum, and zero point 0.4 ETH on Optimism. And this is just the best case, right? When everything goes smoothly. So, and also after sending out this payment, I was only able to send $95. And where the $5 go, like went is basically I was using the decks and all these bridges and all, and also had $2.3 native with sitting on different chains. And I didn't like the UX at all. And I realized that currently we have the best cross-chain abstraction provided, like abstraction provided by across Hyperlane and all these protocols, but it actually doesn't work if you want to send multi-payments like Disburse app or merchant payments, where you want to send payments to a lot of addresses, from lot of addresses to lot of addresses. And that's why I thought this actually makes sense. So what we are building you can basically send any token from any chain to any token, like any address. You can send native tokens, you can send ERC20s like USDC, USDT, and you can also like batch, mint, or launch a collection on any chain using ERC 721 or 1155. So how it works, right? A very simple flow. User deposit it on any of the L2 chain, then it provides the intent to the solver network. Hey, I have deposited. Solver network verifies the deposit, and solver network says that hey, let's like start this on the Disburse rollup powered by Espresso, and we start the multi-chain transactions. And as soon as we get the confirmation from Espresso, we immediately release the funds for the solver, so that solver can withdraw the fund from the particular chain, and Hyperlane will do their job of like relaying the funds to different chains. So a quick note is that we are currently not using across solvers, but integrating across solvers actually makes sense because across solvers has like a large amount of liquidity and network. They have integrated solver netting and also like trustless settlement process. And it's very easy for you to tap into existing liquidity instead of like bootstrapping your whole solver network. So yeah, market cap, right? Right now there are like 50 trillion plus payment volume in 2024. There are like 4 trillion plus dollar in cross-chain payments where merchants have to go through all this hurdle. And this most of these payments are done via majority of L2s, where institutions are getting onboarded via different partnerships. And even leading platform like Coinbase sometimes require more than 10 minutes of confirmation across L2s, like some of the L2s for fast like finality. And for Solana it takes like more than 2 or 3 hours. So current UX is broken still cause of this abstraction and bridging delays. So yeah, that's what we built, and that's what we solved. So I will give you a quick demo. So if you go to Disburse Network, you can go disburse.network, you can explore app, connect wallet, Abby, connect. Then you can add manually address here one by one if you want to send it to someone's a creator or merchant or suppose like normal use case. But I will just show you the power of sending mass payments. So I have imported a CSV which has more than 500 addresses on different chains, and now I will just submit. Now we will basically have submitted this to the base Sepolia chain where I wanted to deposit it, and also submitted the intent to Across. And now what happens is we have Across will like my solver network will basically verify that hey, is the deposit has been successfully done. And then once the deposit has been done, what we will do is like the we will start the this sending process. So if you go to Mantle Sepolia and go to international transaction, as you can see, these are the mass payments. So if you go to transactions, internet transactions, and see that this is whole is being paid. So if you go to other chains like Polygon, and you can go to this internet transactions, and as you can see, this transaction, yeah, as you can see, this has been processed. And so yeah, that it's actually using Espresso's confirmation, as I already said, like provided by CAF node RPC, that which makes it more seamless. And yeah, pretty excited to make this app production ready. Yeah, thank you, that's all from my side.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much for the
Thank you.
presentation. I'm gonna bring you on the stage. I don't know if Ellie or Sneh also has any question regarding to how the architecture was built, but if not, Joe, you can just go ahead and make your first question. Always Sneh also has.
Yeah, no, that was really awesome. I really enjoyed your presentation of the problem and also your presentation of the design that you're using to solve it. I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about anything you'd like to improve further on the product, either in terms of like the architecture and the infrastructure, any missing pieces, or in terms of like the product experience for users itself.
Yeah. So the product experience, as you have already seen, is like pretty seamless. You can integrate any token on any chain. What I wanted to really do is provide. So I think Espresso is great at providing fast finality. Now, if you think about the main problem of solvers right now, is they wait for finality so that they can get back their funds on most of these L2s. So when Espresso does this, it provides instant confirmation. So if you see majority of like intent based providers, they only support like major white label assets like it's USDC USDT, because solvers funds shouldn't be affected after some time. So it prevents bridging of meme coins or low volume assets or like low market cap assets, because there is a high
Yeah.
volatility. But with this Espresso confirmations, in just 2 seconds, as I already show you, we can bridge any tokens from any chain to any chain. So if you have a meme coin on Base and you have meme coin on Solana, which has 1:1 liquidity, you can do it immediately. You can swap anything from anything immediately. So you can also use it like Uniswap X using fast finality, which doesn't even take like any time. So that's what I wanted to achieve after this, is bringing low quality coins. But right now for hackathons, as I showed, like I need to whitelist 3-4 tokens, hence I use only USDT, USDC, and DAI, which is the major use case of payments.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks so much for adding that color.
Hi, thanks for the awesome presentation. Cool use case as well. And I just wonder, right? Once you add this element of mass transaction, essentially, right, and multiples, how do you tackle topics of spamming and some sort of malicious actors prevention? Is that
Actually,
something you decided
yeah,
for?
we actually love spamming, right? Because we're gonna take the fees. So if you see Gaslight Airdrop has literally airdropped 100 Ethereum itself on base Sequoia. Like they have distributed 100 Ethereum and launched so many coins. So just think about, we integrate all these chains using Espresso confirmations, and we have like people spamming on our like this Espresso confirmation or like L2s, right? And we are taking 0.1% of the fees, just like Disburse app. We have millions of dollars in revenue just by building a simple payment app, and it works actually good, because if you see the latest integrations with Bridge, which they did with Privy and all, their main core problem was how they can integrate multiple chains. So there has been many solutions with ERC 7579, with safe wallets, resource log wallets and all, which doesn't quite work well, because you like lose on security somewhere, like with the solvers, or like giving permission to any other mover who can move your funds. So my main goal is to basically make this app production ready, so that anyone can basically build this, like use this as a payments app. And like I love spamming, so you can spam on my app and distribute funds to like $0.001 to thousands of your friends. And yeah, Espresso is also scalable, so we don't need to think of spamming because they are paying on mainnet.
Awesome. Sinead, do you have a question?
Awesome. Yeah, I honestly love the project, and I think it has a real use case for sure. I guess, like as you already mentioned, like it's a very big issue, like solving dispersing payments across multiple chains. And I think one of the biggest issues is like, what if you disperse to one chain, one user, and something happens and it doesn't work for the other chain? So how exactly does your protocol handle that right now? And if not, then what?
Yeah.
Do you have any plans?
Yeah. So we listen to Espresso confirmations before starting this whole process, right? So we are very sure that Espresso has given us confirmation that, hey, funds has been deposited. We also relate the message to all these chains, and now solver can take back the liquidity. So in case Espresso doesn't say that, hey, funds were not deposited, the solver won't be able to access the liquidity. It means that user can withdraw the funds after like as soon as Espresso confirmations has been received. So Espresso said, hey, funds were not deposited. User can go, okay, 2 seconds has happened. Espresso give the confirmation. Let's withdraw the funds and try again, instead of waiting for 7 days as fast, like finality to get the funds and all. So that's the most advantageous thing here. Like the fast finality confirmation is the most advantageous thing for payments, I feel.
Makes sense. Thank you. I think a really good use case for Espresso for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.